What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I have another one for you today. This one is all about baits that you're going to use during the spawn. You actually see the fish on the bed and you want to present a bait to them that's going to get bit. You're going to visually see the strike, and it's a lot of fun fishing shallow for those spawning bed fish. Let's get right into it. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, thank you, and share the channel with a friend. So, 3 baits that I have here in no particular order that I use when I come across fish on the bed. I visually see the fish on the bed. I want to be able to have the right angle with the boat. I want to be able to present a bait where I can still see the bait and see the reaction of the fish. Is the fish being irritated of this bait? Is the personality of this fish one that's going to be quick to strike, or one that I have to continue to present the bait in the bed to irritate it for them to strike? So the first bait I'm going to go to with is Berkley's Crash Crawl. This right here is a creature bait in white pearl, and I'll use the white color right here for a couple reasons. It's a visual bait. I can see this bait in the bed. I can see the fish's reaction to this bait, and I like that the legs on this bait have a little bit of action. But as I pitch this bait into the bed, I want this bait to just sit there and irritate that fish, and once I see this bait disappear, I know the fish has it in their mouth and I can set the hook. So this is a visual bait for me, but it does have a little bit of action. But this is one that is a visual bait for me. I can see the strike. I can see how the fish reacts to the bait in the bed. The second bait that I'm going to use is going to be Berkley's Gillie. This is the 90 in the bluegill color, HD bluegill. This is the 90, and one thing I do with this bait is I put it on a short drop shot. I put this bait on a 5 to 6 inch drop shot, 3/16 quarter ounce weight, and I want to put this bait in the sweet spot of the bed. So when I see my line cruising, I know that the fish has the bait in their mouth, and I set the hook. We all know bass cannot stand bluegill in their beds, and this is one bluegill imitator that does get bit when the fish are spawning. This is one just irritates them and gets on their nerves. So great way to go there for the short drop shot with the Berkley Gillie. Now, the next bait I'm going to use is one that is starting to become one of my favorites just for a drop shot bait, period. But this is Berkley's Max Scent Hitworm. Now, one thing I do with this 4.5 inch bait is I take about a 1/4 inch or maybe 1/2 inch off of this bait and make a very short bait. So I'm looking at maybe a 4 inch to 3.5 inch worm, and I dip the tail in chartreuse and I put it on a drop shot as well. This is one of those subtle baits where when I use the first 2 baits, I don't get any reaction, or I am getting a reaction, but I want to throw this in there to get a quick bite. So the first 2 baits start to get that fish irritated, and they sort of swim off and come back. But when I put this one in there, this is one that's very subtle. Tail moves just a little bit, doesn't create a lot of water to get that bait to move, and it's dipped in chartreuse, so it has that attention from the fish because they see that chartreuse tail. But it's just a subtle bait. I'm talking about a 4 inch to 3.5 inch bait now because I cut this much off. So what I want to do is continue to put that in the bed, and a lot of times on the first or second pitch with this bait, they swim off with it and I set the hook. So that's my 1, 2, 3 punch for fishing for bass on the bed. So there you have it, folks. 3 baits to use during the spawn when they're on the bed. What baits do you use? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to see it, and we can have that interaction with the comments below. What colors do you like to use? I like to use white, so it's a visual. That bluegill, that gillie, they just really gets them. So let me know in the comment section below what type of baits do you use during the spawn, and I would love to hear from you. Don't forget, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.